are learn okay. So we are learning new vocabulary, phrasal verbs, different phrases, and we are seeing how we can use it in our day-to-day language, and also how to comprehend something after listening to it. Okay, that's the kind of thing we've been practicing on this week. So that video is not finished. So let's see the remaining part. And I'm glad that you are making progress day by day. The response that you have shown in the very first day, that's on Monday, when I played this video, is different from that of Tuesday. You are improving. First day, you didn't understand most of the things. You failed to write down the meaning, most of it. Okay, but the next day, you all started writing down the meanings. You started understanding it. So I expect a much more better response on the third day. Okay, we are going to listen to the rest of the video. So today also, first step, you listen carefully to the video. Everybody, are you ready with a book and a pen? Can I see your book? Just wave your book towards the camera, please. Is that a book? Or you're just waving anything that is on the table? Clothes, shoes, वगैरह wave mat karo. I just asked for a book. All right. Yeah. So good. You have a book in your hand. You have a pen in your hand, which means that you are capable of writing it down. Anything that you come across new, and also the things you want to notice. Okay. Today I'll ask you questions. Okay, not just words, vocabularies, and sentence making. We will get into that, of course. But before that, I will ask you a question. What is Amir Khan saying? So we'll just brush up our memory of what we've been seeing all these days. So what is it basically? Let me just ask how many of you have the memory for it. Let's ask Viper. Viper, are you ready? Is your
Yes,
audio,
ma'am.
video connection, everything clear? Am I
No,
audible?
no. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, better. So I'm gonna ask you. Okay, no worries. If you know that, you can say that. So for the last 2 days, we've been watching a video, right? So,
Yeah, yeah.
what is that video about? Is it a speech? Is it a movie? What is it? What is that video?
Ma'am, motivational speech, just telling about lives and what problems did the
No, but
society.
when two people sit together and one person asks question and another person asks it, what kind of a program it is? It is a
Conservation. Conservation. I'm not getting.
interview. Somebody
Ha.
is interviewing Amir Khan. Huh?
Yes,
Okay, you
yes,
need to
yes.
say that word. This is
Yes,
an interview. This is not
yes.
a talk show. This is not a
No, no.
motivational speech. This is an interview. Okay, so we've
Interview.
been seeing a talk show program. And who is the host in that program? Do you remember the name of that lady? I told that name twice, more than twice, and also her position, her designation. Who is that lady? Okay, it's okay, Viber. Let's ask the next person. Sai, do you remember the name of the host of this program? Don't say Rishikesh, sir. I'm not asking about this class. The host of the program that we were watching.
No, ma'am.
Ayush? Okay, Ayush also. Zainab, she is an Iraqi woman activist. Okay, I've explained the word activist and all. What do you mean by an activist? Somebody who, Ramesh, what do you mean by activist, beta? Activist, what is it? Activist. They
Ma'am,
also have
someone,
explained. Hmm.
ma'am, someone who socially helps someone out, like,
Yes,
uh,
somebody who works for the betterment of certain sector of a good cause. Sometimes for women, heto, women activists, society, social activists. Okay, reformations and all they do. So this sign, that lady, she is a Iraqi women activist settled in US. So she works for the betterment of women and she conducts so many programs, campaigns, and all those. So she is conducting a program, a talk show, and she has invited our dearest Amir Khan. And because he has also done some social activities over the years, so she wanted to interview him. So that is the background of this entire program. Now, she has started interviewing him, and let me point out this question. Ashutosh. So this question is to you. So why is he interviewing Amir Khan? I already told you Amir Khan is into some special programs apart from movie. What is the special program that Amir Khan is hosting these days, matlab, during that interview
Satyamev
process?
Jayate.
Very good, Satyameva Jayate.
Satyamev.
Say, so Satyameva Jayate is a program Amir Khan has found to reach
Excuse me, ma'am. Hello, ma'am. Madam left.
मैडम लिफ्ट हो गई।
ओ यार होस्ट कौन है? अजिंक्य सोनामी। मैडम किधर गई? क्या मैं
or or Amir Khan is going to speak about another episode in his Satyameva Day program that is about dowry issues in India. Okay, so let's see what are the news related, what is going to see. Listen carefully, I'll be asking.
Contextualize it for people who live here in the US, I would imagine about 90 to 95% of people in India have either given dowry or taken dowry or both. So when you're communicating to the huge majority of the country and telling them that what they have been indulging in perhaps is not the best thing to do, and most probably the TV that they're watching your show on has also come in dowry. So you have to, which is why it is so important for us to communicate this with love. And we had this discussion very early on with the core team. I said, why are we, I mean, with what driving emotion are we doing this show? Are we doing this show with anger? Because then our conversation is different. And I'm not doing this with anger. I'm doing this with love because I really feel that only with love can you actually, you know, affect a person and bring about change. There are so many things that we need to, and we have to look inward, and I'm included in that. I'm not excluded in that. We have to look inward, you know, at ourselves.
But did it make people uncomfortable that you touched on these very, I mean, how did they respond?
Well, you know, by and large, the huge majority, the very positive thing I want to tell you is that the huge majority of Indians has just loved the show. And that speaks a lot for what India is today. It speaks a lot for the fact that India wants to change. India is ready for change. I mean, I would have imagined, none of us had imagined a show which is picking such heavy topics would be so popular across the country. And the fact that it is so popular really speaks well for us as Indians today. That we have issues, we have problems, but we want to leave them behind, we want to come out of them, and we really want to move ahead and improve ourselves. I think that's what the success of the show tells us.
Has there, like, how do you come up about choosing the subjects? I mean,
We have a lot of fights.
and I mean, are there subjects where you say we're not going to touch that?
No, so far that's never been the case. We've picked really difficult topics as well. One of our really difficult topics was untouchability, which is a big issue in India. The constitution of our country says that we're all equal, but in reality, that's not so yet. It's a journey that we have to, it's still a journey that we are on to reach there. Sure, equality is an issue in a lot of societies, I think, but in India, because of the way the caste system is,
Okay, we will hear the rest of this video after I start asking questions. So hope you have listened. So all those people I've especially called the names. I hope you guys are ready. Okay. So we have just watched less than 5 minutes. So I'm really hoping that this time you should answer. Okay, Adharva? Okay, Sai? You should answer. Okay? There is no change in that. Nakul, I know you all can answer, so please tell me. 95% of India's population have either taken or given dash. 95% of India's population has either given or taken dash. I would like to ask this question to Atharva. Atharva, please respond. You usually chat or speak.
Dowry, dowry.
Yeah. Atharva, what do you know what do you mean by a dowry?
Dahej.
Yes, Beta. What is your understanding about dowry? Tell
मैम
me.
शादी के वक्त हाँ हुंडा यस हुंडा
Hunda. Yes, Marathi is
हुंडा
the Hunda.
दहेज यस
Yeah. So the girl's family has to give certain money or property or
Gold.
different
Gold.
things, gold and everything to the other one. So that is called dowry. Okay. And do you know one thing? This is the custom which is happening only in India around this whole globe. And some part of the country it happens, but opposite. I had an African friend, so I remember she telling me this. In Africa, this is just the opposite. If they want to get a girl, the boy's family has to pay the huge price according to, because usually when we want to get something really good, no, we have to pay for it, right? So if you want to get a very good quality mobile, do you think the mobile company will come down and give you money? Please get us. I said, will take, yeah. Samsung or iPhone or these people will come down and tell me, we will give you money, please take my property, please take my property. Then I will say, if we want the phone, if we want to have a good thing with us, we will pay the money. So this is the concept of Africa. I'm not saying that that is wrong, this is wrong. There is no objection point. But some countries do this in marriage. The boy's family has to pay a really good price in order to get a good girl. But in India, it is just the opposite. We are not going into the logic behind this. But anyways, this is a terrible issue. Okay. So this is the next issue that Amir Khan has taken in his dowry episode. The next question. I would like to ask the next question to Nakul. Nakul, are you there? Nakul? Nakul, if you're there, please respond. I know your audio doesn't have any problem because I heard some sound when you were there.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the next question is towards you. So Amir Khan was saying that he wants to reach people's hearts with dash, not with dash. I'll repeat my question. Amir Khan said that through his show, he wants to reach people's heart with dash, not with dash. Understood the question, Nakul? You can tell me that.
I understand the question, but I can't answer it.
Why? It's such a question, but have you listened the video? I mean, watched the video?
Yes.
Okay. Then, what's up? Who else wants to answer this? Okay, Nakul, you can mute. Sai,
Yes,
he
ma'am.
wants to reach people's heart. He wants to reach people. Reach people मतलब क्या है? मनुष्य को I mean लोगों के पास आना है with dash, not with dash. Sai,
Ma'am, I think first one, by love.
very good. He wants to reach people's heart with love, not with
Uh,
love का opposite क्या है? Okay, I'll say the answer. He wants to reach people's heart with love, not with anger.
Yes, ma'am.
So he wants to reach people's heart with love, not with anger. Okay, so please remember it. The next question. Um, I'll just quote one sentence from the interview. We had a lot of fights for it. For what? We had a lot of fight for it. क्या के लिए? हमारे बीच में बहुत सारा झगड़ा हुआ इसके लिए.
Dowry system.
No, no. Amir Khan was saying it when the interviewer asked him a question. So which question पूछने के समय ये answer दी. Your listening skills need to be very sharp. Then only you can form the conclusion. Rameshwar,
I don't know, ma'am.
anyone? I
Madam,
will have, yes, who's there?
India wants to change and they have to capability to change.
No.
Or untouchability.
Okay, I'll tell you what happened. You know, when this was said, the interviewer asking me, how do you select the topics for your show? Okay. That lady
Yes.
asked him, how do you select the topics for the show? For that, he said the reply, we had lots of fight for it. So we probably, he and the director, who is the director? Satyajit Bhatt, his friend. So we had a lot of fight for it. We will take this topic. No, we will take this topic. We'll take this is called fight, not the sword fight. Okay. So which means we had a lot of confusion. We had so many topics, we don't know how to choose it. That is the meaning of it. So when the interviewer asked, how do you choose the topics? That is when he said we had a lot of fight. Kab topic choose karne mein we had a lot of fight. Okay.
Okay.
So very shameful that none of you could answer it. Okay, so please pay a little more attention. Please try to understand it. I will not leave you unless and until you will try understanding it, because English language, the first simple tip is listening and understanding. If you fail to understand means you are not letting your brain work. Okay, the very reason we are learning a language is for communication. Nobody is going to ask active voice mein, passive voice mein. No, you have to speak. Number one, before that, you have to listen and understand when somebody speaks. वो नहीं happen करते तो what is the whole point of learning a language, right? Okay. Okay, it is good to learn grammar, it is good to learn spelling, it is good to learn vocabulary, but unless and until you don't understand things, what is the whole point of learning all these, right? So please improve your listening skill. I will be very patient with you. I will make you go through again and again. Or it's somebody said it's too fast. My dear sweetheart Rameshwar, this is at least Indian accent interview, which is very, very slow. Usually in my communication and spoken English class, I always give them foreign movies and videos. I have never used Indian videos in my communication class, but I know so many people here are from different backgrounds. So I thought, okay, I'll start with Indian videos. Okay, so you can never. This is level 1 type of listening activity, Ameshwar dear. So please try to understand. Okay, next time when I ask questions, everybody has to be answer. Okay, so be in a very competitive spirit. Okay, this time I'm not going to leave it. This time I'm going to answer all this. Shall we play the rest of the video? Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Everybody should be raising hands. Everybody. Okay. Rameshwar, it's not fast. Trust me, beta. It's not fast. If you pay attention, 10 times you are looking here and there. ऐसे देखने में क्या कर रहे हैं क्या? व्यायाम? If somebody is there in the room, just send them out. You listen. Once you listen, you will be able to listen. All right. Over to the video. Make sure that your pens are ready, books are ready. Have great attention, and you will be able to answer.
Ma'am,
Yes.
myself Sai.
Yes.
मैम वो आप भी आपने वीडियो प्ले किया था ना, उसमें अनटचेबिलिटी का मीनिंग क्या था?
Untouchability means the differences between lower caste and upper caste. हमारे नेशन में बहुत है, तो पता है ना, the caste system difference, higher caste, lower caste. Higher caste people will not mingle with the lower caste people. Nowadays it has changed a lot, but initially it was so high, but in some places again it is there, differences based on caste system. समझ में आया साई?
Yes ma'am.
Okay, we're going to play the video again and I'll ask the questions again. So let's see how you manage it. This time, listen very carefully.
Contextualize it for people who live here in the US. I would imagine about 90 to 95% of people in India have either given dowry or taken dowry or both. So when you're communicating to the huge majority of the country and telling them that what they have been indulging in perhaps is not the best thing to do, and most probably the TV that they're watching your show on has also come in dowry. So you have to, which is why it is so important for us to communicate this with love. And we had this discussion very early on with the core team. I said, why are we, I mean, with what driving emotion are we doing this show? Are we doing this show with anger? Because then our conversation is different. And I'm not doing this with anger. I'm doing this with love because I really feel that only with love can you actually, affect a person and bring about change. There are so many things that we need to, and we have to look inward, and I'm included in that. I'm not excluded in that. We have to look inward, at ourselves.
But did it make people uncomfortable that you touched on these how did they respond?
Well, by and large, the huge majority, the very positive thing I want to tell you is that the huge majority of Indians has just loved the show. And that speaks a lot for what India is today. It speaks a lot for the fact that India wants to change. India is ready for change. I mean, I would have imagined, none of us had imagined a show which is picking such heavy topics would be so popular across the country. And the fact that it is so popular really speaks well for us as Indians today. That we have issues, we have problems, but we want to leave them behind. We want to come out of them. And we really want to move ahead and improve ourselves. I think that's what the success of the show tells us.
Has there, how do you come up about choosing the subjects? I mean,
we have a lot of fights.
And I mean, are there subjects where you say we're not going to touch that?
No, so far that's never been the case. We've picked really difficult topics as well. One of our really difficult topics was untouchability, which is a big issue in India. The constitution of our country says that we're all equal. But in reality, that's not so yet. It's a journey that we have to, it's still a journey that we are on to reach there. Sure, equality is an issue in a lot of societies, I think, but in India, because of the way the caste system is, it just makes it a lot more complicated. And that's a very touchy topic as well. It's a topic that people feel very emotionally about. And 15% of India, roughly 15% of India is Dalit, which is the untouchable caste. And so therefore 85% is not Dalit. And we are communicating with the 85% of country, speaking to them about, I mean, what are we doing? What are we doing? Is it right? Are we comfortable with it? So
how did you go about that?
Well, I mean, in all our shows, in all our topics, we're just honest, but we do it with a lot of love. We do it with a lot of love so that people, let me say this much, that while the majority of the people have loved our show, there has been a minority, probably in every topic, that doesn't like us. Like, there are a couple of men's organizations which hate me. They keep writing to me emails about men's problems and why don't you take up men's problems? So we did, in fact, in our last season, we picked up masculinity. What is it to be a male? because we figured that unless we relook at and hopefully redefine what a man is, things are not going to change. So women have changed, women are changing, but men don't manage to change by and large. By and large,
Well,
we're
we
a stubborn lot. So we thought we'd look at, what is a real man? Is a real man someone who goes and beats up people? Is a real man a person who's a protector? Is he the guy who's going to, so what's a real man? Is he? So I strongly feel that we have to, from the time that the child is born, you have to treat both children equally, whether it's a boy or a girl. And you have to allow the boy child to cry. You have to allow him to cry. Because the first thing we tell a boy when he cries, don't cry. Are you a girl? Why are you crying? So he grows up feeling that I'm not supposed to cry. And when you tell the child not to cry, you're actually removing him further and further away from his emotions. He's feeling something and you're not allowing him to feel that. So you're distancing him from his emotions. And then you're surprised why he's beating up his wife. Because the fact is that when you tell the child that it's perfectly all right to cry, it's perfectly all right to feel terrible, it's perfectly all right to feel scared. Most boys are told, hey, you can't feel scared. You're a boy. Are you scared of the dark? Come on, go on. Go to the roof alone. So boys feel scared, and we have to tell a small child of 4 that it's all right to be scared. And so that boys can grow up more sensitive. Right now, we are creating boys, or we are working towards creating boys who grow up to be insensitive. There's a portion.
Okay. Okay. We have got some insight, I guess. Ready with your notes? You can just go through your notes while I'm asking the question. Okay. So this first very easy question I would like to ask that to Atha. However, suddenly the strength increased towards the end of the class. Aditya, Pururva, why are you joining late, beta, all the time? Only Adarva Shulke didn't hear it. Many everybody must have heard it. All right, I'll ask the first question to Ajinkya. Ajinkya, can you hear me? Ajinkya? Ajinkya? No response. Wonderful. Ari Patil? Ari Patil. No response. Nakul?
Yes, ma'am.
So, what is the really difficult topic that Amir Khan and his team touched? The really difficult topic.
Dalit people's topic.
What better?
Dalit people's topic.
What is the really different topics Amir Khan has touched? एक विषय के बारे में, which was that difficult विषय?
About Dalit people's.
Oh my God, I'm not hearing better. I can only hear the plate clanging.
About Dalit people's.
About?
Dalit people's.
Okay. So what is that subject called? Untouchability. Bolo?
Untouchability.
So untouchability is the topic. So untouchability means inequality based on caste system. That is called untouchability. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
So thank you, Nakul. You can mute your mic. So when this difficult topics being played, what was the response? Did Indians stop watching Satyam Vijay, or did Indians complain against Amir Khan, or how did Indians respond to this? Gaitha?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So how was the response to this topic, untouchability, when they played this topic? How was Indians' response? If a response here. Viper? Viper? Viper, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there, ma'am.
आपको समझ में आया बेटा question?
Yeah, ma'am. Will you repeat the question?
See, right now we said Amir Khan has chosen this untouchability topic for one of his episodes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So when he selected such episode, how was the reaction? How did the crowd responded? How did the people respond to that show? And what does it change? What does it
Ma'am,
show?
the people response was good. The
Ah.
huge majority of the people give the good response to the TV show.
Very good. So huge majority of Indians loved it. Okay, when we talked about this untouchability and all, huge majority of Indians loved it. So what does it show? What quality of Indians does it show?
The question answer. The question is to me only, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
They shows the India wants to change and they are
Very good.
improving day by day.
Exactly. Yes, yes. That I just needed that. That shows that India wants to change. Vaibhav, you are getting better. Very good. See, it was not so in the beginning. You feel better, no? These days when you listen. Hai na beta, Vaibhav?
Yes, ma'am.
Is it the same as of the first day or today? The difference you can feel, right? You are getting the better vibes of it, I guess. Very good.
Yes.
Excellent. So this is how you need to improve. The next time you listen, it becomes listening to English becomes easy for you. Very good. Keep up the good stuff. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
both of you can mute. So Indians has taken it really positively, which shows that Indians want to change. Because let me ask. What was the percentage Amir Khan was saying? How much was Dalit and how much was non-Dalit in India? 5?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell me the percentage, please.
Ma'am, 15%.
Yes.
And 85%.
15% क्या है बेटा?
Ma'am, can you repeat again this question?
15% is what? And 85%
No,
is
ma'am.
what?
Ma'am, can you repeat again question, please?
Yeah, that is the question, beta. 15% is what and 85% is what? Tell me which is Dalit and which is non-Dalit. Which person is Dalit and which person is non-Dalit?
मैम इससे पहले आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा था ना, वो एक बार पूछो.
This is my question to you. You have said 85 and 15, right? So I am asking 85 whether it's Dalit. Tell me clearly 85% of what and 15% of what? That is my question.
Yes, ma'am. 15% is Dalit and 85% are not.
हाँ, इतने बोलने के लिए 4 बार मेरे को वापस क्वेश्चन पूछना है. Fine. Mute your mic. Thank you. So 85% is non-Dalit and 15% Dalit. So most of the people who are watching is non-Dalit. So this is something against them. फिर भी they all love the show because they are ready to change. They are ready to make changes in their life. That is why they love the show. Otherwise, they would have hated the show. Okay, so that is what Amir Khan has perceived, understood by the people's response. Okay, and who are the set of people who hated that show? Some people really hated Amir Khan and its show. Who are those set of people who hated Amir Khan's show? Ashutosh? Ashutosh? Beta? Ashutosh, are you there?
I mean, he's not there.
Yes, Ashutosh. Ashutosh? I can see you.
Yes, ma'am.
Ashutosh, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so my question is, there are a set of people who hated Amir Khan's show. They didn't give a positive response. Who are those set of people? Jaldi bolo beta, easy one. Who are those set of people who hated Amir Khan's show? Ari Patil, can you respond? Ari Patil, can you respond?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Hope you heard the question, beta. Please say the answer. Who are the set of people who hated Amir Khan's show? Do you know the answer? Do you know the answer, Adi? Okay, Rameshwar.
Ma'am, some groups of mans actually because of that they were asking for the episode for that for men's for
Excellent,
men's.
excellent, excellent, excellent. Okay, a group of men's organization didn't like this show because they want men's problem to be addressed. Okay, so that is what the men's problem is. There is a word related to it. I don't know whether any of you remember it. Masculinity. Problems related, yes, Whitehall has remembered, very good. The problems related to male issues is called as masculinity. Okay, so Amir Khan said he will take up such, they even taken up such situation. Okay, so while saying that, he was saying something about how to raise up a boy child and a girl child. So he was saying some things over there. So he was advising, when you raise up children, एक घर में बेटा है बेटी है, when you raise up the kids, you need to treat them dash. You should treat them side. You should
Yes, ma'am.
treat them. If there is a boy child
Equal.
and girl child, yes. Nakul has
Equal,
said
ma'am.
it. Sai was sleeping. Okay, or he was lost in thoughts or something, I don't know. Anyways, if there's a boy child and girl child, you should say that boys should not cry. Hey, why are you crying like a girl? ऐसा questions नहीं पूछना.
Don't cry, you are a girl.
हाँ, ऐसा नहीं बोलना है, because boys are also human beings. They also have emotions. So it's okay to cry. How many of you in this class never cry? Ramesha, do you cry?
Yes, ma'am.
Cry all the time, okay? Not all the time. बीच में you can cry, because that shows you are a human being. You're not an animal, right? Even animals cry, dogs cry. I mean, some animals doesn't cry. You're not an animal. It shows that you're a human, okay? ऐसा नहीं बोलने का क्या जरूरी है, okay? You can cry, you can get scared. If you डर सकते हैं, so you can say that I am afraid of the situation, or I am really scared. It's okay to be human. Okay, so you can show that emotions, and sometimes it's not necessary that all girls has to be scared. Girls है तो हमेशा scared ही रहना है, हमेशा cry करना है, ऐसा भी नहीं है. Just act what you feel, because you are human being. Because Amir Khan was saying a consequence of this. If boys are treated like, hey, don't cry, you're a boy. Hey, don't get scared, go to the rooftop. ऐसे रीति में, if you raise up a boy child, what happens at the end? There is a word for that. ऐसे brought up करने वाला boys को finally क्या हो सकता है? They will become dash. What is that word? They will become, very important word. Who can say? Anybody can raise their hand and they can say that. The boys who would be raised up in such a hard environment, very roughly, when they grow up, they will become dash. You remember that word?
Willingness.
feelingless. Okay, yes, that is the correct meaning. Feelingless को हम क्या बोलता है? Like, in the chat. What is that word, Nakul? Read that word.
Insensitive.
Insensitive. Learn that word today, okay? What do you mean by insensitive? Kuch bhi ho, no feelings. Okay? Because from their childhood, they have been told that, don't cry, don't feel any emotion. Up, boy, is it. So they will become insensitive. Insensitivity will lead to what? These are the people who will come home drinking and beat up their wife because they don't have any emotion, they don't have any pain, and they will not understand others' pain and emotions. So that is not the kind of India that we want. That is not the kind of men we want in India. So allow your children to feel all the emotions and grow. Otherwise, they will turn insensitive. Now you understood the meaning of insensitive clearly. So I want all of my students in the class to be sensitive, okay? Respond to emotions, show your emotions, there is nothing wrong, and be sensitive, good men for the society. Okay, so this is what it said. Now let's move on to the new words that we have read. So at least you started understanding it. This is how you have to start understanding it. The meaning part again, I'm not going to leave you this week. I'm going to make you understand, listen again and again until you say that, man, इतना easy video क्यों दिया? Rameshwar should say that, ma'am, give us some hard videos. This is very easy. We can understand everything in just one click. That is how you should respond at the end of it. Now you are finding it hard, you're finding it hard to find the meaning, but there comes a day, if you keep practicing, it will become so asan. All right. So let's see the new words that you have noted down. I'll just show you some new words, explain it, and I'll give you a chance to make a sentence with what you have learned today. Yeah, very few words I have written. There are a lot of words. If I give you again chance, you will. Dowry, I have already told you, money, goods, estate, etc. Now, the word contextualize. The word contextualize means, see, this word Amir Khan has used in the very first, contextualizing the situation for America. Matlab, dowry is something that exists in India. And this interview, this talk show is happening where? In US. So US people ko dowry samajh mein nahi aata hai because they have never given dowry, never taken dowry, and they have no idea what dowry is. Okay, because it doesn't exist in their society. So contextualized करने मतलब क्या है? वो एक context में वो situation के लिए वो explain करते हैं ना, that is called as contextualize. Okay, contextualize means according to the situation. Okay, according to the situation. So Amir Khan was telling, I will contextualize this dowry to you. मतलब आपको मैं explain करेंगे क्या है. That is what he was trying to do. So whenever you say learn the word in the context, मतलब वो situation में आप वो word take करते हैं. So that is where we use the word context. This is the base word, context. What is the context of it? When you ask me, ma'am, इसका meaning क्या है? Immediately I will ask, beta, what is the context of that? मतलब क्या है? Background. I say context itself means background. Okay. Read the text in the context. Always we will hear that. Read the text in the context means background. Contextualize means according to the. All right. Then the phrase. Okay. We haven't gone through this phrases. This is at the end. Chapeau. Chapeau means hats off. Maybe tomorrow we will see. And this word was coming so much. By and large. By and large. By and large. I have heard Amir Khan saying this all the time. By and large. What is this by and large? By and large means speaking broadly. See, we use the word no, while saying that generally, usually, okay, these kind of words. You must have heard or you must have used these kind of words. usually, generally. Okay, ऐसे use करने में this is another phrase we can similarly use. By and large, women are so conscious about their ornaments. Okay, by and large, women are so conscious about their ornaments. मतलब क्या है? Usually or generally, women are so concerned about their ornaments and their beauty. So by and large is a word we can use instead of generally or usually. Okay. Now the next word is driving emotion. Driving emotion मतलब क्या है? The word driving. What is the common driving that you know? Driving मतलब क्या है बेटा? What is the meaning of driving? Vaibhav, what do you mean by driving? The usual
गाड़ी
driving. गाड़ी चलाना है ना? That is
yes
driving. लेकिन इधर गाड़ी से कुछ संबंध नहीं है. Drive means driving. Usually गाड़ी चलाने में क्या होता है? We will be taken from one position to एक destination पर हम जाते हैं ना? So
yes
something is taking us forward. So driving word means
emotionally
to take forward. Okay, समझ में आया? Driving
yes
means what? To take forward. So driving emotion मतलब क्या है? हमारे को आगे बढ़ने में कौन से फैक्टर हमारे को आगे बढ़ते हैं उसको हम बोलते हैं ड्राइविंग फैक्टर. ड्राइविंग इमोशन से हम किस इमोशन से आगे बढ़ते हैं, दैट इज नोन एज ड्राइविंग इमोशन. सो ड्राइविंग के साथ ड्राइविंग इमोशन. व्हाट इज द ड्राइविंग फैक्टर व्हिच लीड इनटू सक्सेस? आपको वो सक्सेस में सक्सेस पाने के लिए किस चीज ने आपको ड्राइव किया, मतलब क्या है? टू यू फॉरवर्ड. सो अंडरस्टूड द मीनिंग ऑफ ड्राइविंग. सिर्फ गाड़ी चलाना नहीं है. The meaning of driving is to take someone forward. Okay. So right now, please open your book, everyone. And today's sentence making is with these two phrases. I am getting it through the chat. By and large, say 2 sentences. Driving. Driving factor. Okay. 2 sentences. Everybody open their book, take your pen, start writing. Fast. What do you need to do? You need to make 2 sentences with by and large. Then what do you need to do? You need to make 2 sentences with driving factor. दोनों का मीनिंग और एक बार मैंने एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. बाय एंड लार्ज मतलब जस्ट लाइक वी से यूजुअली, जनरली, ये दोनों वर्ड्स यूज करते हैं ना, एग्जैक्टली लाइक दैट यू कैन यूज द वर्ड बाय एंड लार्ज. सो मेक टू सेंटेंसेस. ड्राइविंग फैक्टर मतलब विच दैट थिंग दैट मेक्स यू मूव फॉरवर्ड, दैट टेक यू फॉरवर्ड. आपको आगे बढ़ने वाला वो चीज, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द ड्राइविंग फैक्टर. Those who don't understand, if you want to write it in Hindi or any other language, write it. Make it yours. Okay? Whenever I say a new word, a new phrase, make it yours. That should be your attitude while learning language. Alright? So, after making it yours, create one sentence. That is when you stamp it in your head. Do that. Rameshwar, you look suffocated. What happened, beta? Oxygen कमी है क्या उधर?
No, ma'am.
Then? Fast, fast. Those who have finished writing. Vaibhav, are you writing, sweetheart? Vaibhav?
yes ma'am I'm writing.
Okay, very good. Sai, are you writing? Sai never writes, huh? Sai just looks at the video and Sai. है ना? Sai, आपके पास बुक है क्या, सच बताओ? वो ही नहीं है क्लास में, तो बुक की तरफ आता है. Okay, let's ask Nakul. गया? Wonderful.
मैम हाय बुक.
Oh, Sai is back. दिख रहे क्या आप?
यस मैम.
Very good. Write it fast. These people, Kuntal, Aditya, I have never ever heard their sound. Are you guys alive? Do you guys exist in this planet? I would really love to hear your voice or see your chat. Aditya, I don't even know how to pronounce your surname. Shole. Akshad Dhumar. Shreyas Rathod. Never ever met him. Vedant Angre. Atharva Shulke, once in a while he at least types. Audio is not here. Okay, people, write it fast. Make 2 sentences with by and large. By and large means usually, generally. Make 2 sentences with driving factor. Ka matlab achhi tarah samjho, and then write it. Then your sentences will not be wrong. If anybody done with one sentence, just let me know, okay? Yeah, in between, I'm reminding today is the program that I was talking about today evening, 5 o'clock. So those who have registered, don't forget to attend it. It's going to be a great program. Those who are yet to register, you can still register. It's a career guidance program.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. They had joined us on WhatsApp.
Okay, you got the response, is what you're saying.
No, ma'am. When I had registered for the Lakshya, that Academy of Career
Okay.
Guidance, they had joined us on WhatsApp, ma'am.
Okay. It's not an academy, it's just a program. Huh?
No, ma'am. Yeah. I had made one only sentence on by.
Yes, by and large.
The women
Okay.
are by and large the bigger purchase of the silk cloth.
Women are by and large. Women are by and large the
bigger purchase of the silk clothes.
Okay, correct. Anybody else?
May I?
Yes, beta.
We by and large go to temple.
You have taken that usually का exact excellent. ऐसा नहीं use करना है बेटा. Then we can use usually. No, we usually go to temple. By and large means usually in a large amount. Something like that. We by and large go to temple nahi bolte. Try with another sentence. Okay, I'll hear it tomorrow. Because today's timing is over. So it was good having you. So keep up the good work. God bless you. See you all tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, ma'am. Have a nice day.
Thank you.